Psaki Space Force Gate enters day 2. I thought this thing would be put to bed and dead yesterday, but here we go. Wait till you hear what the White House press secretary has to say about Space Force after laughing it off yesterday. Will she apologize? We shall see. If you don't know, a quick update. Yesterday, a Bloomberg reporter asked the question of White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, hey, what's going on with the future of the Space Force? She laughed it off and seemed to sort of mock the Space Force to a bunch of people who were watching. And then from there, she said, I wouldn't even know who to contact at the Space Force to see what was going on over there. Today, very big change of tone. Very big change of tone. Here she is talking about this.
Thank you, Jen. The top Republican on the House Armed Services Committee is asking you to apologize for some of the comments that you made yesterday in the briefing room about the Space Force. Will you apologize?
I did send a tweet last night. You may not all be on Twitter. Maybe they're not on Twitter.
It wasn't an apology.
We invite the members of Space Force here to provide an update to all of you on all of the important work they're doing, and we certainly look forward to seeing continued updates from there.
All right, there you go. So not an apology. She says, see my tweet from last night. Maybe some of you aren't on Twitter, but here's what I said. The Biden administration fully supports the Space Force, which I laughed at yesterday, and we're all good with them. Let bygones be bygones. Let's bring them up here. We invite them to talk to you.
From their team.
But big picture here, I mean, does the Space Force have the full support of the Biden administration, or is the president at some point perhaps going to try to get rid of it or in some way diminish it?
They absolutely have the full support of the Biden administration. And we are not revisiting the decision to establish the Space Force. The desire for the Department of Defense to focus greater attention and resources on the growing security
Reading
challenges
from her
in
notes
space
now.
has long been a bipartisan issue, informed by numerous independent commissions and studies conducted across multiple administrations. And thousands of men and women proudly serve in the Space Force. As you know, it was established by Congress, and any other steps would actually have to be taken by Congress, not by the administration.
There she goes. So, this is a bipartisan thing. We fully support them. Very, very different from yesterday. Laughing off, oh, the Space Force. Now we fully support them. I've got another little nugget about Jen Psaki that you have to stick around for. First, Psaki forced to clarify the Space Force has Biden's full support, says the New York Post. They're pressing further. A top House Republican demanded Psaki apologize over her disgraceful Space Force quip. It's concerning to see the Biden administration's press secretary blatantly diminish an entire branch of our military as the punchline of a joke, which I'm sure China would find funny, said Representative Mike Rogers. And now to the strange little nugget about Jen Psaki. She is being slammed for a, quote, homophobic, unquote, tweet about Senator Lindsey Graham. Here's the tweet right here. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki is under fire for a recently unearthed tweet she sent last year that seemingly used a homophobic slur against Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, referring to him as Lady G. Only in 2020 does hashtag Lady G get to push a bunch of debunked conspiracy theories while questioning Sally Q. Yates, an American hero, Psaki tweeted. Sally Yates was going to testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee, which Graham chairs. And Lady G is all tied to a 2020 Washington Post article that detailed allegations made on Twitter by a gay porn star, Sean Harding, against Lindsey Graham. Graham's critics on the left have long used homophobic slurs against the South Carolina lawmaker, insinuating he's a closeted gay man because he is single. People are saying that this is a double standard, that Jen Psaki tweeted this out, and it seems to be, the intention seems to be homophobic, and yet there she is. So what do you think about all this? Honestly, I'm very surprised that we've entered day 2 on Psaki Space Force Gate, but here we are. She didn't apologize. I don't really think she needed to necessarily, but it is interesting that this is the first real sort of minor level conspiracy in her world. And now let's see if they press her tomorrow on these Lady G tweets and the alleged homophobia that is the intent of those tweets. What do you think about her performance today? Is this a mess, or was this the right move for the Biden administration to say, hey, Space Force, we got your back, when we're not laughing at you? Tell me what you think. I know you always will. And follow at The News Junkie. If you're not doing it already, click that follow button, and we'll talk to you real soon.